We've had a lot of powerful women recently, but today we're flipping the script to hear from a man who's walking the walk in family and multiple businesses. Hello and welcome to Conversation with Mrs. Fan. Mr. Adeniyi Bodunrin, MD, CEO, Labondy Group. They are into pharmacy, laundromat, boutique, and real estate. Originally from Ondo town in Ondo State, but he was born in Ibadan. Labondy studied economics and obtained a BSc from the University of Ilorin. He is currently doing his master's program in international relations. Some years ago, he was in the banking sector, Prudent Bank. He was a former member of Lower Niger River Basin Authority in Kwara State. He is a proud member of Elan Akure and Forte Club Ondo. He loves traveling and enjoys playing snooker. Mr. Adeniyi is married with kids. Mr. Adeniyi, it's so good to have you on Conversation with Mrs. Pham. You're very, very welcome.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here as well.
Now, let's get into this. Let's take it back. What was growing up like for you?
Wow, that's quite exhilarating. Growing up as a kid, as a child, first of all, let me say I appreciate my parents because I come from a large family. We're 7 in the family, and in those days, I don't know, maybe it was a competition among them then. The more the merrier, so they say.
So they had a lot of kids, like
yeah,
those days you made.
Minimum is like 5. We have families of 9. Ours was a family of 7. And it was very, very interesting. A lot of knowledge gained from my older ones, and which eventually fine-tuned me to what I am today.
Exactly.
I think I am blessed to have them as siblings.
So that brings me to what I was going to ask you. Was there something from your childhood that shaped your hunger for success?
Oh, yes. Then, the economy of our country recognizes what we call middle class then.
Middle class?
Middle class then, which has disappeared in Nigeria. It's either you're there now or you are not there.
So we don't have middle class in Nigeria anymore?
It's either you're up there, the upper echelon, or you're just down there.
Right, I see.
And then I can remember either you work with the states or you work with the federal government, as long as you're gainfully employed.
Right.
Life is good. That's hardly little difference from the have-nots and those that are really, really, into the money then, because at the end of the day, we all shop in the same markets.
Yes, don't we just?
Everything was available as long as you're gainfully employed. So growing up was beautiful, and I decided from that little age that I want to be more successful than my father, so to say. One.
More successful.
Yeah, more
so you
successful.
had that thing in you.
Inside of me. And I will explain it to you. I just said I come from a family of 7. It wasn't an easy thing then. Raising 7 children, school fees, feeding, da. So the little perks of life that other people enjoy was not available for us then, because the money would have gone to basics.
I see.
I could remember my friends riding rally bicycles and stuff like that. That wasn't available for us then. And I said, okay, if God give me the blessings and I raise my own family, all of those little things are going to be normal things for my family.
Normal things for them.
And to the glory of God, we're enjoying all of that now.
Oh, that's very, very good.
On the other hand, my mother has always been very, very industrious growing up.
Industrious, yeah.
So that part of me, where it comes to business, turning 1 naira into 2 naira, so she used to say way back then, has been ingrained
very well
long ago.
So you studied economics. Now you're building empire. Would the younger you be surprised at where life has taken you?
If I have the opportunity to do it, I'll ask for the same life again.
You will ask for the same life.
Yeah. Because we've not concluded what we want to do. It's still mission in progress.
Mission in progress.
Yes.
So you started in banking. From banking to boardrooms. You started out in the bank. You know, what did you work as whilst you worked in the banking sector?
I was a sales executive, a marketer, you know, and in those days, I must be truthful to you, we must draw a line. A lot of us calls ourselves bankers. There's a huge difference between what a banker is and what a bank worker is.
A banker and a bank worker. I see. Interesting. So now break it down for us, please.
I would rather say I was a bank worker then.
Okay.
Because the basic tenets of banking, you know, paying money, balancing accounts and all that wasn't what we were doing. We were bringing business to the bank.
I see.
So that equally fine-tuned what eventually made me decide that I wanted my own empire for myself. Because we were just managing other people's money.
So Labondy Group sprung up from there. So from pharmacy to laundry to real estate. Why these sectors?
Number one, tell me another sector you'd rather go into that will fetch you money. And which you can start, just like the article. They say you put in the hard work, sweat it out, and watch the money pile up. So those are little areas where you can start from without really, you know, looking for heavy money to. And again, say you humble beginnings.
Humble beginnings.
Yeah, so just take things easy, and as long as God gives you the providence to still eat what you want, not what you see, then that's what life is all about.
What have been some of the hardest lessons on your journey as a CEO?
That's a very beautiful question. The hardest thing, one of the hardest thing, difficult thing, don't let me say hard, difficult is managing people. Because this journey, you can't do it all by yourself alone. I mean, as of today, we have a staff strength of about 42. And you know what that
42?
means? Yeah. The human,
well done.
Yeah, the human resource management is the #1 headache. Because a lot of people don't want to work now. They just want the easy money. They don't want to put in the sweat, you know, the hard work to attain, you know, that excellence they see in people. And now it takes the grace of God for you to tutor them, you know, mentor them, and eventually mold them to what you want them to be for you at first, and for themselves eventually.
And for themselves. I like the way you said for you first, and then for them. So you have other people at heart.
Oh, definitely.
That's really good.
It's one of the things that spurs me, that wakes me up to want to do more. When you see yourself in other people, I mean, you create, we have about 42 of them, and that means 42 different families.
So you're like a role model to people.
Something like that. And it drives you, it encourages you to even want to do more.
That's really good. And what about the economic impact on the business?
Can you rephrase the question? Economic impact?
Impact. I mean, you know, you have a lot of people, like you say, you have 42 member of staffs who work, you know, different sectors in Labondy Group.
Of course, I think I understand you now. They are the ones that make the money.
They make the money.
Yeah, they are the ones that make me smile. Without them, it's not possible.
Very well. So you have deep respect
the more
for
we
your
make,
staff members.
the more they get. We are into it together, I would say, for life, and that's why I said it's one of the hardest things to, you know, to handle, you come across in businesses, human resource management. They are equally human.
They're equal, and you're quite approachable.
It gets to a stage where they will equally feel like, okay, look, I've given enough of my years, my life to this entity. I want to start mine. Yes. And you equally have to encourage them.
Other people.
Yeah. So it's like you know, seeing yourself multiply and multiply, despite the fact that it's not even your name. But it brings you joy. You can say, oh, that's my boy.
And they see you as, you know, like a figure that they can come to anytime
for advice. I can count how many there are out there.
Doing very well.
Richer than me.
Very well. Very well. Very well.
For the purpose of secrecy, I won't be mentioning otherwise. I mean, you see, you know,
I'm sure they're watching and they're like, yeah, that's me.
And again, I forgot one thing. All of this wouldn't have been possible without that beautiful woman God gave me.
I was coming exactly to that.
She was my first accountant.
The man behind the suit. Let's talk about the woman here. What does being a real man mean to you today? Being a real man, what does that mean to you?
In broad spectrum, a real man, how do you define one? Then I'll know which area I want to talk about.
So how do you handle the pressure that comes with leading work and still being present at home?
Again, we'll give the kudos to the woman in the house. As long as you make them smile, make them happy, then your time is well spent, you know, dividing it between work and being a father, being a husband, and being a mentor.
And being a mentor.
Exactly.
So what does it mean for you? Like a me time. What does me time mean to you?
Hanging with my friends and...
I know you like snooker. I know you like playing that. I know you like traveling. Yeah. So what else does me time mean to you?
If God gives me the wherewithal, I would love to see the world better.
Better.
It's something that can't be taken away from you. You will learn culture, knowledge, diversity, biodiversity, by visiting countries, visiting places, you know, you dream of when you were young, and the memory lingers, and it brings ethereal joy from inside. When you now have to like share your experiences, travel experiences with people, or people were talking and say, oh, I have been there, I know what, you know, there's this feeling with it that you can't,
that's interesting.
You can't qualify.
No, you can't.
And again, they say, we are not only by ourselves. It is by knowing what others do that you equally develop yourself to be a better person.
Is reading part of it? I know you like reading. I know you have read so many books.
You don't want to go there.
What does reading mean to you?
Number one, we have just one life, one goal at life. Why don't you make it the best? Learn new words, learn new traits, new trades, get to know what's going on around you in the world, and by so doing, you are seen as this is an embodiment of knowledge, something close to being called a demigod, because that's what defines it, knowledge. And in the true sense of it, life itself, it's all about knowledge.
It's all
How
about knowledge.
knowledgeable are you
Very important.
in different perspectives?
And does that not kind of shape the way we live our lives?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's what you believe that shapes you. If you are an atheist, you don't believe in God, you don't believe in this, there are things you will do and you won't feel any remorse.
That's it.
Look, don't let us go religious with this, and there's something they call the conscience.
Okay.
What determines what your conscience is by how knowledgeable you are as regards that particular issue or instance you're deliberating.
So that means whatever you put in your brain
Exactly
works for you either way.
It defines you.
Let's talk about fatherhood and family. You are a husband and a father. How do you balance fatherhood and your demanding business schedule? I mean, what's your parenting style like? Are you the soft dad, the strict one, or somewhere in between?
I'm none of those. I just take life as it comes, and I give a very long rope with issues. But again, I must confess, when I blow, I blow. When I blow my lead, oof, you don't want to see me angry. But before it gets to that, I mean, a lot of issues will have been resolved and all that. And I'm not just a husband. I think I'm a loving husband.
A loving husband. I like that. So in what ways has your wife supported your journey, and how do you show up for her too?
As a matter of fact, if there's any quantification over 100%, that's what she is. What she has shown me, yeah. If there's anything above that, yeah. Because without her, I don't think I'll be what I am. I'm lucky I found my bone, and no regrets whatsoever.
I'm sure she's blushing somewhere.
She's my joy, and she encourages me. Even when the rains are pouring, she goes like, "Oh, you know what? Don't worry. There'll be a brighter tomorrow. We can do this."
She's like your backbone. She's a mother to you.
My small mother. That's what I call her. Small mommy.
Small mommy. Let's talk about legacy. When you think of the name Adeniyi Bodunrin, what kind of legacy are you building? And if you had a room full of young men, what would you tell them about money, relationship, and real fulfillment, what it means?
Thank you very much. The first thing I'll say is you are not... Let's talk about wealth. A lot of people misconstrue, making money, being wealthy, and all that. And it comes in so many perspectives. So many perspectives, It's not just the money, wealth we're talking about here. It's not the amount of money you have that really defines how wealthy you are. There are so many, other things you have to put into cognizance to actually say you're wealthy.
Okay.
Number one, and this will tickle you. Are you in charge of your time?
Time?
Yeah.
Can you break that down, please, sir?
You're not responsible to anybody. You get to work when you want to get to. You're in charge of your time. You wake up when you want to.
I see.
That's time wealth.
Time wealth.
Yeah, and without it, it is the number one thing. Without your time wealth, you can't even be socially wealthy. You can't be financially wealthy.
I've learned that today. Time wealth.
Yeah, that's the most important one. When you are in charge of your time, this is what I want to do, as at when I want to do it.
When I want to do it.
Not when you're working for people and they determine when you wake up, when you go to bed, when you go on vacation, when you,
Is that like working smart?
I'm not working hard.
I'm not working hard. Okay, let's lighten things up a bit. Your favorite places that you've been to?
Ooh.
Do you want to share some of that with us?
One will be Kenya in Africa here. It's a beautiful place. I love the fauna and the floras.
Did you say Kenya?
Yeah.
All right.
By flora and fauna, flora means, of course, the plants, the trees, and all that, and the fauna means the animals. The safari I experienced in Kenya lingers with me, and it's going to be with me for life. You know, I love nature so much.
You do.
I love nature so much. You know, getting to see, you know, name it, the animals, the people, the river, the crocodiles. That's what they call the big five. That's the lion, the leopard, the rhinoceros, the cheetah, and what's the last one?
Sorry, I can't help you.
Big five.
Big five.
I have seen all of them, and it's fun. So Kenya, beautiful place to go. I will go so many times if I'm opportune.
Oh, that's nice, that one.
Of course, Barbados, that's another beautiful place.
Oh, Barbados. Oh, that's nice.
Because of, you know, the ocean trips, you know, you go on the sea, you get to see the sharks, you get to see the whales, you get to ride your, you know, so many. We even had a session where we went on the sea in a submarine.
I see.
Yeah, in the Barbados, and it was quite exhilarating. Where you see there's life. There's more life in the waters than on land.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
And it's very, very social. It's like we have families on land.
Right.
They equally have families, you know.
Wow.
And guess what? Borderless. There's nothing called like country, state, or what have you. As far as you can go, just keep going.
Keep going. What's the best advice that someone has ever given you?
I might have to think a little deep. Be yourself. Don't pretend. Whatever you want to do, just be yourself. Don't pretend.
I'm going to go back to your wife now.
Okay.
Tell us one thing about your wife that makes you smile, no matter how stressful your day has been.
That's very straightforward. When she plaits her hair naturally, without a wig.
When she plaits her hair naturally.
Yeah, cornrows, I think they
cornrows. Wow, that's very interesting to know. And you know, we're about to wrap up now.
Thank you.
A lot of people are listening, and a lot of people have learned one or two things, because I've learned quite a lot. What is that message that you want to pass on to the younger generation? You know, regarding work, regarding, you know, making success out of whatever, you know, field they find themselves in, and even not just younger people, even middle class or older people, because, you know, everybody still has that opportunity. What's that message that you want to put out there for people?
Thank you. There is nothing you cannot achieve if you can think of it. The moment you can conceive it or you think of it in your mind, then it's doable.
Think it in your mind.
Yeah, then it's doable. God is so wonderful that the moment He gives you the faculty to conceive and think of an idea, no matter how big it is, no matter how exorbitant or, you know, mighty it is in your mind, then it's more than possible. So my advice to the younger one is that think big, but start small.
Think big, start small.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very much.
It's my pleasure to be here.
For coming on Conversation with Mrs. Pham. Thank you so much.
My
We're
pleasure.
really, really privileged to have you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, God bless you. As we have seen today, Uplifting powerful men truly uplift the nation. Mr. Adeniyi's story shows that with purpose and dedication, we can create impact that spans borders and generations. Let's continue the work of empowering one another and supporting each other. Thank you for being with us on Conversation with Mrs. Fan. Please like, comment, and share your thoughts, but don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss more real, raw, social, family, and relevant discussions. Bye for now, and God bless you all.